And good evening to you, Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley with you. It is a Wednesday afternoon, and we're getting ready to go into a rainy Thursday. So the main weather impact for the rest of the week is going to be tomorrow. I see it being cloudy, wet, and a little on the cool side. Not terribly cold, of course, but it will be cool and especially wet. That's kind of the headline as we go into your tomorrow. We're going to highlight what we saw for today. Obviously, it was a lot warmer and kind of take you toward what looks to be a pretty nice weekend shaping up across the Carolinas. That's coming up. So let's get right to it here. We're taking a live look at Winston-Salem. Live look at Winston-Salem here. Pretty nice evening. Of course, we don't have too much in the way of clear sky, so it's mostly a cloudy scene right now overall, but looking pretty sharp, as we can say, at this time of night, 6:30, still having some decent amounts of twilight. We call this time of day twilight, of course. The sunset is happening at about 6:11, 6:12 right now, but you still get an extra 20 to 30 minutes where you're still able to see about the area, and that's something that looks pretty nice. Let's take a look at Burlington, see how you're doing this evening. A little bit of afterglow for you, a little bit more in the clearing department. In Burlington, temperatures in the upper 50s over that way. And in High Point, a nice view of what was sunset. And even still, we have some lights on at the baseball stadium. Maybe something going on. I'm not quite sure this afternoon. Either way, we have ourselves a much, much warmer time than we were this time yesterday. Temperatures right now are in the upper 50s, and we were even close to 60. What kind of amazes me about this time of year, and it can be amazing, but as a forecaster, it can also be difficult or frustrating. It doesn't take much to cause big changes in the temperature. So what I mean by that, yesterday, remember, we were in the 30s. That was it for the highs. And then today, we're about 20 degrees warmer. What changed? The main change is just that we really changed the wind direction. Yesterday, we had more of a north wind. Today, we have more of a south wind. We're at the time of year where you're getting into the very late winter, into the early spring. The sun is getting stronger, number one. You also have, the easy access to cold air to the north, the easier access to warmer air to the south. And as things start to kind of warm up, you're having bigger temperature battles, so those wind directions can be very consequential. And with a stronger sun, it matters a lot more if you're cloudy versus sunny. In the wintertime, it doesn't always matter all that much because the sun is pretty weak, but pretty impressive what we were able to do for today. It is still windy outside. Keep that in mind for this evening, but that's your main impact. Winds are coming in at about 10 to 20 miles per hour, and they're still gusting around 25. So again, a warm day was what we had. We're going to have a warm evening. And into tomorrow, we will have ourselves a bit of a cooler day, and that has to do with the rain moving in. If we look on the picture here, this is your radar right now. All of that is headed our way. So we're starting to see that rain gathering in Kentucky and Tennessee and kind of moving toward our area. That's something I'm expecting to start to happen by the later half of this evening. So nothing right now in our area, but by the late evening to around midnight, that's when the rain starts to kind of move in. So let's take a look at this on our latest round of the Futurecast model. By 8 o'clock, we're still dry. Of course, that's only an hour and a half from now. Midnight. So here's around midnight to 1 and 2 a.m. Rain showers moving in. And that's when we could start to see some of that, mostly on the light side. But toward tomorrow morning, you'll notice it's not just light rain that we're dealing with. Yes, there will be light rain at times, but we also could see some pockets of heavier rain. So this is around 7 to 8 o'clock to start your tomorrow. The morning commute time frame is really looking like it's going to be on the heavier side. And so just know that going in, there will be some rainy impacts in the forecast to start your day tomorrow. And then going into the afternoon, we'll still continue to have this. So the morning through lunchtime into early afternoon is kind of the time frame to watch with a lot of this rainfall. Some of it could be a little on the heavier side. The final round should be pushing through by around 3 to 4 and 5 o'clock. After that point, we could even get a tiny bit of clearing, but I wouldn't expect to see much of any sunshine. Even into the day on Friday, we're having ourselves a good amount of cloud cover around the area. Here's the hour by hour for tomorrow. I have us in the upper 40s to low 50s most of the day. This isn't a super cold rain, but it's also not a very warm rain. So it's kind of, somewhere in the middle, let's say. High temperatures will be in the mid 50s, and that is a bit of a stretch. So don't be shocked if you hover right around 52 to 53. That is possible for a lot of us. So just to kind of summarize it for you, yeah, it's a wet Thursday. About midnight through 3 p.m., heavy at times, could get up to an inch. It's a good thing. We need some of this rainfall. And yeah, it stinks to have kind of a rainy day where you have to be out and about. But the nice thing about this is we're going to get it out of our system before the weekend. So Saturday and Sunday are looking to be in pretty good shape. So I think you'll enjoy that part of the forecast. Once this pulls away, we do have high pressure sliding in. Should keep us on the cool side for Friday. I have us only in the mid-50s there with some scattered clouds and a little bit of sunshine. But the warm-up is real. This is a real warm-up, and it's in the middle of the country on Friday. It'll be in the Carolinas by Saturday into Sunday. So I do think you'll be able to enjoy a warmer weekend of weather. Not just one day. A lot of times this year, we've had one-day weekends where one day is good, the other day not so good. We've had ones where it's too windy. We've had ones where it's too snowy, too icy, too cold, what have you. This time around, both days look to be pretty pleasant. We'll call for mid-60s for Saturday, low 70s now for Sunday. So it is looking to be more enjoyable, let's say, and that's going to be something that we're going to have a nice springtime feel to things. Obviously, February is ending as we go into this weekend, and so March begins, which is our start of meteorological spring. Today's pollen report came in on the moderate side. Expect that to continue. Pollen levels will be moderate to low over the next couple of days, so we'll keep you posted on that forecast. In the 7-day, we are looking at some change. Tomorrow is the heavy one. Heavy rainfall, clouds around, temperatures will be stuck in the 50s, mostly from the morning through the early afternoon. That's kind of what we're tracking. After that, dry for Friday. Saturday and Sunday looking better. Mid-60s for the start of the weekend, low 70s for the end of the weekend. And into early next week, cold weather. Not done with this just yet. Monday and Tuesday, temperatures will be in the 30s in the mornings, 40s for the afternoons. Can't rule out some sprinkles. There is some chance for some rain out there, but overall, looking to be mostly dry. And then toward the middle of next week, we will start another warm-up around our area. That's your forecast. We're going to be keeping you up to speed on everything going on weather-wise across the Carolinas and beyond. Brad Panovich joining us in about 2 minutes' time. We'll see you then.